Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to DC MotorWerks. So we're actually outside the shop today on this beautiful November day. I wanted to take a chance to take y'all on a lot walk. Something we do every couple weeks, months or so, just to give us a reminder and refreshing our memories on some of the cars that have been here for a while so that we can schedule and make sure everything gets done in a timely manner. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I always start in the front lot here. This is where we kind of keep our some of the more important projects or stuff that's happening more on a quicker time frame. So actually up here, we've actually started accumulating a bunch of cars ourselves, and a couple of these up here are some of ours. This is a 1998 SL 500. This is last year of the M119 V8. This is a two-owner car. The gentleman that we got it from has had it since 2002. And it has 72,000 miles, super nice, super original, and we're doing a little bit of recon work on it to get it sold to a hopefully future client. Next year we got a couple things left to finish up on this one. It actually came to us for some body work, so a lot of people have actually entrusted us in getting body work done on their higher end cars because they don't want to deal just with a body shop. So we'll work with the body shop and do a lot of the work here as well. So this one actually got T-boned here on the passenger side, more towards the front of the car, right behind the front wheel there. But you can see it looks amazing now. It got a new fender, front bumper, and paint blended in back into the door. One thing left to do on this one, we've got the wheels bent pretty good, so we're going to get one of those coming. It is an aftermarket wheel, so we have to track one of those down. But after that, this one can go home. Next one, you may have watched the video on this one. We've got the Japanese import 500 SL. It's a 91 model. So this was imported from Japan in 2003 into California and has been here ever since. Has 92,000 miles. Actually just finished a bunch of work on this one. We put a headliner in the hardtop, got fresh leather on both front seats, and it'll be for sale very soon, so keep an eye out for that. But one of my favorites, the early 119 cars with the CIS or K-Jet fuel injection. Super exciting car, very nostalgic to me. My first car was actually a white one with Palomino or dark tan interior. So it brings back a lot of memories, and I'll be sad to see that one go. This one here, we've got a late 221 chassis S600. This is actually a Diseño edition. If you look closely in through the windshield there, you can see the special interior. And this one actually has a very rare trim called granite. So it does have granite, door trim and so forth. You can see on the back of the center console there, the special Diseño script. It is also a very special exterior color called Mocha Black. So this is actually one of our clients. He works for corporate MB USA and brings it here for service and so forth. So we greatly enjoy having him. Got another V12 car here. This is a SL 600. They actually came to us with some issues with the top and got that fixed and ended up recommending her a bunch of other work. It's due for some engine mounts, so very soon the engine will be on the floor in this one, because in order to do engine mounts, the engine has to come out the bottom. So that one's coming up soon. Another one of our cars. You'll see there is a lot of these. We have, like I said, accumulated a lot. This is a 2004 211 chassis E55. So this is the second year of the M113K. This is a supercharged motor. One of my favorite colors, Cubanite silver. This one has been modified. It has a smaller supercharger pulley, mid-length headers, cutouts in the exhaust. It is an absolute wild animal, and it is actually supposed to go to its new home hopefully next week. So moving on, we don't try to keep everything around forever, so it's going to its new home. Next one here, we've got our, I believe this one's a 2000, I forget, 2000 or 2001. This is a E430 Sport 210 chassis. Pretty low miles. It's got 98,000 miles or so. See, the paint's a little rough, but the interior is great, and it's a nice lower mileage 210 chassis. It's for sale. We'll see what comes of it, but in the meantime, it's a 210, so it just works and it sits here and does what it's supposed to do. Another 221 here, customer car. This one has a transfer case issues, which is not uncommon on these 4MATIC ones, where the transfer case is actually common with the transmission. There's a U joint on the inside of the transfer case that fails, as well as the clutches. So we're going to tear that one apart. And unfortunately, Mercedes does not support parts for these. They just want to sell you a whole transmission. So we're going to go in and actually try and repair it and save this client a bunch of money. You'll see a trend here. We do see a lot of the older Mercedes. So this is a 126 chassis SEC. Client got this, I think this year, he said, and pretty nice example. He's wanting it lowered. We went ahead and lowered the front already. We're going to lower the rear a little more. These do have the SLS, or self-leveling suspension, in the rear, so you do have to take care when doing that to get the system set up right, along with a few other leaks and so forth. Just start working through it. My other favorites here is a S124, or a 124 wagon. This is a 95, so last year of the 124. Here we've got a 218 chassis CLS, just in for some service work. This is a 63 model facelift, as you can see by the front end. It's a late model, but like I said, just some service work, nothing crazy on this one. You see lots of 107s here, like this 560 SL. This one, again, since it's cold, just came in because the blower motor quit working, so he has no heat, no air conditioning, and wants to make sure he keeps this one nice. As you can see, it is a very nice example. We got one of our good clients, Otto, here. He's got his CL65. It's just hanging out. He likes to come hang out with us, and we enjoy his company, so you'll usually see this one floating around here a couple days a week. So we have, this is one of my babies. This is a 2008 211 chassis E63. We actually bought this one right when we opened up the first shop over in Duluth, where we came before, where we were at before we came to this shop, and sold it to one of our great clients. You can check him out on Instagram as NAE63. But actually just finished up putting a set of long tube headers on this one, and it does sound amazing. We'll see about putting a clip in there for y'all to take a listen. So we actually just finished up doing a set of long tube headers on this one. It sounds amazing. The M156 is one of the best sounding engines out there. Opinions out of it, it is just amazing. But we'll try and stick a clip in there for y'all to take a listen. Like I said, so this one's one of our clients now. It has been for, I'd say, about a year or so. It's always kind of bittersweet when I see it, because I really do enjoy this car. Moving on here, we got a lot of our long-term stuff, so we'll try and breeze through some of these pretty quick. But starting on the fence line here, we've got two European 6.9s. So that's to go along with my record-setting US 6.9, which we can see over there. And then anything on this fence line is either going to be something that needs, you know, major engine work or restoration or something like that. So those would take a while to get through. So we're going to just kind of scan over those real quick. But over here back at the 6.9, so if you hadn't seen some of the other videos, this is my 1979 450 SEL 6.9. That is a manual swap, so it is a 6-speed manual, the only one in existence that we know of. So that's what helped this one set a record time of 30 hours, 56 minutes from New York to LA. It also holds the Southern Classic record, which is 13 hours and 42 minutes. And that run replicates the Smokey and the Bandit movie, where you run from Atlanta to Texarkana and back to Atlanta. So average of 100 miles an hour on that run. So lots of fun. I love it. Never plan on getting rid of it. Some other long-term projects here, nothing super exciting. Some more personal cars. That's Andy's truck back there. He just bought a C10. Some other projects. This is a 2002 Lamborghini Murcielago. This is owned by JR Garage. Of course, a lot of you may know them. Check them out. So this one will be in the shop here in the next couple weeks, getting a lot of work done to it and bringing back one of these fabulous machines back to life, as this one's been sitting for, I think it was about 3 years. So stay tuned for that one. So this is a European 500 SEC. It's an import with, I think it's got 70-ish thousand miles or so. Super clean, blue interior. Actually, this car sat for about 12 years, and a good practice on these 117, 116 engines or any of the pre-113 motors is if they've sat for a long time or you're changing the oil, is to prime the oiling system. So either pull the crank sensor or the coil wire and spin the engine over until you get oil pressure. Because if you don't, just like this one, they cranked it over, fired it, and on a dry engine, it jumps time, smacks the valves, and you're just in for a bad day. And that's unfortunately what happened to this one. So engine will get torn down, we'll do valves and whatever it needs to get it back on the road. Got a SL project that just arrived, lots of electrical issues. We'll see how that one turns out. This is a 2008 ML63. It does run-ish. It's actually the cheapest in the USA, so look out for a video specifically on this car. We've got a P31 package, C63, so this is the performance package. A common issue on these is the fuel injectors. You should probably change them every 80,000 miles. They do have the tendency to stick open, which is what this one did, and filled cylinder 4 full of gasoline and bent the rod. So the engine's actually out of this one to get repaired. So just a hole there, and this is a late model with the multi-clutch transmission. That one will be together here soon. I'm waiting on parts from Germany because, like I said, it is a P31 package, so it does have different rods, forged crank, so there's a lot of different parts on that one that make it special. This is another one of our cars, big surprise. Facebook Market and I are great friends, but this is a 2001 E55 AMG in a very special color called Tektite Gray. My personal S600 is actually this same color, but high mileage car. It's got some paint work, but interior's in great shape, and it just needs a new home. It's just we couldn't see it go to the junkyard, so we had to bring it back to life. Over here we got one of our employees' cars, his 300 SD. Next to it is one of our cars, again, a 560 SEC coupe. It's a white with a blue interior, which is pretty neat. Undecided what we're gonna do with that one at the moment. We've actually got our shop chuck project here. So it'll be, like I say, it's been here a while. It needs some work done to it. We've got an engine for it to put in, and it's been just put on the back burner. So one day we'll get to it. And then here's kind of just strewn about. We've got some wrecked cars that are parts cars and more employee cars. So this is just kind of the collect all back here. And we've got a long-term special car here. We've got a 211 E63 wagon. The client that has this one actually has two of them. He's got the one here in Flint Gray, and then he's also got a alabaster white. And like I said, there's 100 or so of these, you know, E63 wagons, so super special. And then, like I said, you just get into the parts cars, long-term projects, our C32 over there with no front end on it. Long-term Jag has been here for a while. Client's undecided what to do with it, so this is where stuff kind of comes to collect. And like I said, this is why we like to run through here and just kind of see what's here and what we need to do to get things rolling at a good pace. So thank you all again for tuning in and staying with us, looking at all these cars. They have accumulated rather quickly, but now that you've seen them all, if you want to see anyone more in depth in particular, let us know what interests y'all. Like I said, there's lots to choose from exotics to vintage Benzes to more modern stuff. Like this one, we're planning on manual swapping, this C32. I've also kind of toyed with the idea of getting a C320 wagon and converting it into a C32 wagon, as we did not get those here in the States. So like I said, take a look around, let us know what you'd like to see more of, and I look forward to showing y'all.